How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was the market conditions while you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What building in New York has the most stories? The public library. Get it? Stories building. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN, which end up having a green day. I know many of you are excited about that, but hey, we're going to be talking about it. So before I get started, of course, I got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance, and what we want to look for going into next week. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We want to get updates on what is it looking like. Does it continue to have short squeeze potential? Because this can have an impact on the stock price. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions loading up on shares today. We're going to be finding out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $7.30, being up 6.10%. On the low, it tested $6.88, and then on the high, testing $7.35. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we traded at 8.475 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 13.228 million shares. So we ended up seeing there was a lot of buying volume inside of this stock today, so we saw some appreciation in the stock price. So now when we take a look at our chart here, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 49.76, so it's right in the middle. Keep in mind we're using the 1-year daily chart. You can see that we are below the 100-day, we are just below the 21-day EMA, and we continue to have strength above the 200-day as well. So by taking a look at how we did, I'm actually excited. I am happy about the fact that we were able to close above $7 for today. That's what I'm really looking out for, because as far as going into next week, things are looking really good. So what I want to see us reclaim this 21-day EMA at $7.34. We did end up testing $7.35 on the day as the high, so we could see clearly that the 21-day EMA served as an area of resistance, and there was a lot of selling pressure when testing these particular levels. So what we want to see hold up going into Monday, as far as when the market does open, I want to see it being able to hold up at least this $7.20 area. I think that is very doable, and then we can see what happens in regards to the open. But I'm going to be looking forward to seeing it get past $7.35, and I know many of you are going to be looking forward to that as well. If it does decide to pull back, then of course, I'm going to say it again, I want to see this $7 area continue to hold up for OCGN. And if we do end up pulling back, don't be surprised if we end up visiting into the high 680 area like we did on Thursday. So let's be patient, see what happens, wait for those catalysts and those news to come through. Recent institutional ownership and the short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So we can see for the recent filings here for August the 20th, we have a Nationwide Variable Insurance Trust that went in with just under 18,000 shares, and we also have Nationwide Variable Trust going in again, purchasing just over 33,000 shares. And of course, we went over what we saw on the 19th. We saw BlackRock going in with 1,300 shares, Y Strategic Interval Fund just going in. Oh, we actually have a negative here at 3,133. And then we went over Penn Series, Calvert, and so on. So we do see there has been some institutional activity from these filings that have been made. Now, when we take a look at the short interest information, we could see here for the short shares availability, it is at 500,000, updated 23 minutes ago. And the short borrow fee rate, it is at 4.89%. When taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see here clearly on the close of the 17th, it was at 55. On the close of the 18th, it was at 53. And now for the close of the 19th, which was yesterday, it is at 64.08. So what does this mean? OCGN does have a lot of short squeeze potential, but this also does tell us, as far as for the market sentiment, it is fairly negative because many shorts are saying, well, you know what, the price needs to come down. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that if you are a shareholder of OCGN or if you're considering to take a position. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So as we can see here on the inflow, it was 10,120, and then on the outflow, it was 14,385. On the large, it was 616, and then on the medium, it was 6,160, and then on the small, it was 3,344. On the outflow side, it was 0 on the large. On the medium, it was 9,494, and then on the small it was 4,891. So we ended up having an outflow day, but you can see we had a good amount of large scale orders, which is what we want to see. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, August the 20th, it was at 616.06, and as far as for the 19th, it was that outflow of 207.6, and the other days prior to that have all been inflow days in regards to large scale orders. So if you are a shareholder, this is definitely some great things to see from this stock. But also be aware, we are waiting on these catalysts to come through. You guys already know what that's all about. So know that many are trying to make sure that they get in their positions before these catalysts end up coming to fruition. So with that in mind, if you are inside of this play, like I said, there's a lot to look forward to, and it's great to see institutions have been loading up on shares. So now let's get into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, when I went on Fintel, it was crazy to see as far as for the short volume ratio, it is in the 60% range. The range what we normally look for is above 21%. It is actually tripled that. So what does this mean? Yes, there's a lot of negative market sentiment around OCGN. Many are saying, well, you know what, the stock price needs to come down. But with that said, if we end up having a catalyst that comes through, of course, we're waiting for that update on WHO and as well as Health Canada, then this stock can really start moving when the short interest is that high. We continue to see institutions have been putting in filings, and we can see there's a lot of open positions. So just taking that into consideration is good to see. We see institutions are looking for a return on their investment, and they definitely do see that with OCGN. Another thing is many are saying, well, you know what, it is too late. And in my personal opinion, I don't think so. We're also getting an update that Covaxin will be coming out for children soon, and this came coming from India. So depending on how this goes down, and as long as things are good as far as for the safety and as well as the accuracy in regards to the trials and the data and so forth, things are definitely looking good for the future of Covaxin, and this is something that you want to take into consideration. Also, you have to keep in mind, this play takes a lot of patience. I know I say this in a lot of my videos for OCGN, but many are just saying, hey, just already throwing in the towel and so forth. If you did your homework and you did your due diligence and you feel that way, then by all means, do what works best for you. But I know for myself, I don't mind being patient and waiting this thing out. Also, when it comes to these particular kinds of plays, you do not want them taking up a large portion of your portfolio either. So that's why I say when it comes to penny stocks or even plays that I look at that are below 10 bucks, they do not take up no more than, let's say, about 5% of my overall portfolio. So as far as exposure is concerned, it could be volatile for all that it wants. It really does not matter. And as far as for swing trades and so forth, I haven't done anything as of yet with OCGN. So I know many of you are going to be happy to also hear that as well. So let's look forward to seeing how well it performs on Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed this update, and we'll be talking real soon.